Jesus sent letters to 7 churches in the book of Revelation. This is what he said to 4 of them.
The letter to the church of Thyatira mentions a mysterious character named Jezebel. You tolerate that woman, Jezebel, who calls herself a prophet. By her teaching, she misleads my servants into sexual immorality.
We have a false prophetess by the name of Jezebel who is teaching this message of accommodation. Sexual immorality was a real problem.
Jezebel is the image of a church going for all the temptations of her time. Now, I'm going to the fascinating city of Sardis.
The problem of Sardis is that it's a church that had fallen asleep, that had dozed off, and the Lord is no longer the first priority.
This is what Christ protests in his letter. The fact that the church in Sardis has concentrated on religious ritual rather than a relationship with God through the Holy Spirit.
And a dead church is a church that is already cut off from God because of the absence of the Holy Spirit. Even if it continues to sing or to carry out its rituals, even if it continues on like a well-oiled machine, it is actually completely dead.
The letter to Philadelphia is the one that is mentioned the most. Interestingly, it contains no reproach at all. I know that you have little strength, yet you have kept my word and have not denied my name. In this letter, Christ declares how strong, reliable, and certain the promises of God are, as opposed to the weaknesses of a city subjected to the hazards of earthquakes. A few years before the book of Revelation was written, a terrible disaster happened. The one who is victorious I will make a pillar in the temple of my God. It's fascinating to consider this tangible illustration representing the promise which had been made to the Church of Philadelphia. I'm now going on the tracks of the Church of Laodicea. This church receives one of the worst reproaches among those directed at the 7 churches of Asia. I know your deeds, that you are neither cold nor hot. So, because you are lukewarm, neither hot nor cold, I'm about to spit you out of my mouth.
Laodicea is kind of framed by the hot water to the north, the snow with the cold to the south, and in between, there they are. And these represent this lukewarm condition.
The second criticism leveled at the church is to do with its arrogance. The Laodiceans prided themselves on being rich and not needing anything.
Here we have a city that's noted for its textiles, for its eye treatment, for its wealth. But Jesus says, you're poor, you're blind, you're naked.
The letter ends with these words, "Here I am. I stand at the door and knock. If anyone hears my voice and opens the door, I will come in and eat with that person, and they with me."
I want to ask you, which of those 4 churches best describe the state of your walk with God today? This has been a sneak peek of a new movie called Times of Deception. To watch the full film, go to 7churches.com.